In this video, I'm going to show you how to create captions for a video that is already on YouTube. So in order to do that, especially if you are doing this for multimedia tech, we have sent you an email. And so you'll get that email from me or from one of our other co-teachers. And so it'll say captions for, and then it'll give you a link. And so if you click on that link, it's going to take you straight to YouTube. And the first thing it's going to do is it's going to load the actual broadcast. And you'll have to select the language of English. And then sometimes YouTube will create auto-generated text for us. And so it'll go through and it will listen, but a lot of times it's wrong. And so if we play this, and that said, and I'm away, but it should have said, and I'm Malay. And so maybe you don't know how to spell the person's name correctly, and it's possible that also that it said the wrong thing. And so you could easily change this, but you have to have your headphones on and you need to be listening to what it's asking you to do. And so one of the first things that you need to do is you need to go to the team drive. And so in the team drive, you need to go to the broadcast that you are actually adding captions for. So if I look back at my email, it was February 26th, and so I'm going to go down to broadcast, and then I'm going to go and open the 26th, because it has the script and it also has the credits. And so the script will give me everything that they said except for fact of the day, joke of the day, any advertisements that maybe had a voiceover, and it won't give me any interviews, but it will give me most of the broadcast. And so here I have the script, and I also have the credits, and you can see I already have my credits open, and then I can open my script. And so what's really nice about this is I can divide my screens in half, and so I can have YouTube open over here, and I can have my script open on this side, and so I can copy and paste. And so we know that she said, good morning. Okay, I'm Sine is the first person who spoke. And so if I don't know how to spell Sine, I can come to my credits and I can copy it. And then I can come back to YouTube and say, good morning, and then I paste Sine. And so you can fix that. And so you definitely can have the auto-generated words on here, and then you have to make sure that you change everything that needs to be changed. So you need to be listening, and you need to make sure that anything that is said you fix. And so a really important part that we need to make sure that we do when we're doing the credits is we need to make sure that we have the pledge filled out correctly, because when someone is trying to say the pledge along with the captions, they can't hear the person speaking. And so we have the words on the screen, but it does not say or does not tell us when that person is saying those words. And so here we need to fix this. It says, please rise for the pledge I. So we need to take the I off of there, and then we need to go down to pledge and say I, and then we lowercase the word pledge because it does not need to be capitalized. And then we need to listen. Okay, and so I'm going to back up my playhead right here, and I'm going to listen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Okay, and so she pauses right there, so if I hit enter, okay, it's going to break it up, and that will help the person who's listening to know what is being said.
To the flag of the United States of America.
Okay, and then there's another pause.
To the republic.
And the word and is missing.
For which it stands, one nation, under God.
And then we always pause with indivisible. So anywhere my little playhead is, wherever that is, whenever I hit enter over here on the right, it's going to create a pause. And so I want to make sure that this is saying it correctly.
Under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
So that's what you'll do with the captions. And that's if you use the auto-generated content. Now, if that is really bothering you, you can delete. Okay, and sometimes YouTube doesn't do that. It's like, I don't know what you wanted. And so you're like, okay, great. And so what's awesome about that is we have all of the text right here. And so if all of this is blank, then all you have to do is listen. Okay, so I can skip the intro. Okay, and she started talking right there. And so I can hit a plus, and then I can type in the words, hi, I'm Sine. Okay, and then I can continue listening, and you can hit your space bar, and it'll keep playing for you. Okay, so I need to move it over, and I need to type what she's saying. And I can copy almost all of that from my script. And so you don't have to worry about punctuation for the script because it's already written out for you, because that's something that you have to pay attention to. You have to make sure that you're capitalizing the right things, that you have your commas where you're supposed to have your commas. And so this is another way, using your script, listening to what they're saying and putting it in there. Now, when we get to the interview, I'm going to have to listen to what the person's saying, and I'm going to have to type it out, and I'm going to have to create the boxes myself. The same thing goes for the interesting fact of the day. And so your choice, are you going to use auto-generated, or are you going to create all of them yourself? Whatever you need to do, or whatever you choose to do, you need to make sure that you're doing it correctly and you have everything that is said on the screen. When you are done, you will click Submit Contribution. Okay, and so you should say, yes, they are ready to be reviewed. So always click yes, and then you hit submit. Even if you do not finish in class, you need to turn it in, because myself and our other co-teachers need to be able to see it. And if we need to add the rest, we can, but really, we give you an entire class period to do the captions. You should be able to do it. Now, if you're going to be able to complete the captions at home, you can say no, let others keep working on them, and then when you get it home, you can click on that link that we sent to you in the email, and you can fix your edit, and then you can resubmit. So if you finish the captions, you say yes, and then you click submit. If you were unable to finish them, and you'll be able to finish them that night before, like the next day when the captions would be due, then you can say no, and then you can come back and edit them. So you can click submit, and so that turns it in to me and our other co-teachers, and that allows us to have the contributions that we need to have for our captions. So good luck, and do a great job.